Hello and welcome back! It is Gauntlet of Greatness time once again. Shadow Detella joins me once again. How are things, Shadow?
Things are getting better.
Things are getting better. Good to hear. We are in Group D. This match is going to pit the Bargain deck against the Delver deck. Now, these decks both won their first round, so the winner is through to the top 8, where it will join Caw-Blade, Dragonstorm, and the Necropotence deck in the finals. The last 4 playoff spots will come down to these win-and-in matches. Tinker or Rebels, Fairies or Mythic, Affinity or Jund, and I'm not going to spoil the previous results of Group D by telling you that, but suffice it to say, the loser of this match still gets a win-and-in, while the winner is automatically into the top 8. So, should be a pretty interesting match. Delver and Bargain are both very powerful decks. The Delver deck can hit really fast and has enough permission that Bargain has to kind of keep honest. And the Bargain deck is quite a good combo deck, but it kind of needs its life total to turn into cards. So those quick creatures are good in addition to the counters being good. Here's the Delver deck. This is Standard Legal Devil, Standard Legal Delver. Resto, Angel, Geist of Sanctraft is the top of the curve. Runechanter's Pike takes advantage of all of the cheap cantrips that are in here to flip the Delver of Secrets, like Ponder, Thought Scour, Vapor Snag, Gitaxian Probe. And don't forget there's these 3 Gut Shots. If the Bargain player goes a little too close to 0, you can actually die to a Gut Shot. Thought Scour is actually surprisingly good as a cantrip here because it definitely messes with Vampiric Tutor. So Delver's got game here. I mean, the Bargain deck is the broken deck of these two, but Delver is just so absurdly efficient that, I don't know, it might actually be the favorite. Here's the Bargain deck. The goal of this deck is to put Yawgmoth's Bargain into play, and the deck is constructed, it basically asserts that if it puts Bargain into play with, say, a double-digit life total, it should just win the game on the spot by bargaining into fast mana, Dark Rituals, Monoliths, Mox Diamonds, and Turnabout is the real mana engine here. You Turnabout, typically untap your artifacts, so you get to redo all the Monoliths, all the Keys, all the Mox Diamonds, and you're just trying to make enough mana for 1 Lethal Blaze. Just blaze them for 20. Delusions of Mediocrity. This is not exactly Illusions of Grandeur, the Game 20 card that was in the extended version of the Donate deck, but, I mean, Draw 10 is still worth 3 and a blue. Show and Tell cheats some of these enchantments into play cheaper. Yeah, I mean, it's a little on the fragile side, right? It has to get a bargain into play. It has to bargain up enough artifact mana that it can turn about and create 20 mana for Blaze. Get sort of 1 Yawgmoth's Will in order to sort of run it all back again. But it's very good and very powerful and definitely capable of winning the game, in theory on turn 1 and realistically on turn 2. So, all right. That is the matchup. I will go set up, constructed open play, getting serious, 16 clocks, and Zvi Bargain. I have a match set up, Shadow. Come fight me.
I have clicked on Delver. I've clicked on you. Joining the game. I will mute. I will talk to you afterwards.
All right. Good luck. Talk to you after. Die roll's pretty good out here, actually. Yes, I would like to play first. All right. So we have Monolith Key, Scroll Rack, so we have a bunch of fast mana. We don't have a bargain, but I feel like this is good enough with the Scroll Rack. So I'm going to keep. And it's funny, like, putting all these monoliths and keys into play is going to make us rack for a little bit less, but what are you going to do? That already. Playing historical Standard decks. We've assembled 16 of the best decks in the history of Standard, and we're running a tournament to see which one is the best. 16 decks got divided up into 4 groups of 4. This is Group D, and 2 decks from each group go to the playoffs. I just have to let that hit me. Alright, I'm going to play the Monolith. I'm going to play the Scroll Rack. And then I guess I have a choice here of untapping the monolith or activating the scroll rack. And I think I'm just gonna untap the monolith. I mean, I only have 3 cards in my hand. I want to make sure I have enough mana that if I do draw something next turn, I'll be able to cast it. I think I just go draw step to 4 and then rack, having the monolith untapped for that turn rather than tapped. Yeah, I got nothing. Feel free. Yeah, the 16 decks in this tournament are pulled from all different eras of Magic. My deck is spring/summer of 1998. Urza's Destiny was the most recently printed set. And yeah, his is Delver era, so about 5 years old. Failed to flip this Delver, that's good news. Sure. Max Diamond's not bad. Alright, I think... Yeah, if this hand's gonna work out... I could also... I can just play Delusions. It's not crazy. Well, let's see what's going on with... I want to see 4 cards. I can play Delusions next turn. If there's nothing else going on. Interesting. So... What? I can key the monolith and have 2 mana for another monolith and another key, but then my hand is pretty empty. I kind of feel like I need to accumulate cards in hand just because I have to find my way to a bargain to actually win this game. So... Weird. Oh, I didn't draw a land. That's annoying. Yeah, I think that I didn't want to play anything anyway. I have to dig deeper in my library to find a bargain sooner rather than later. I can't actually afford to play cards. Alright. We sort of see 2 fresh cards next turn, right? The way scroll rack math works out, if I don't play anything, then instead of racking for 4, I'm going to draw the first of those 4 cards and then rack for 5. So I'll see the 3 of the cards I put back plus 2 more. Still no Delver flip, so need some time. Come on, deck. And, I mean, so much mana. If we do find the bargain, there's no bargain in there. If we do find the bargain, we're going to be able to play out Delusions, Monolith Key, like a ton of colored mana and a ton of life, but no bargain. And no tutor. Like, Vampire Tutor would do the trick. Intuition would do the trick. Which of these cards do I want to draw next turn? Now, I do have to worry about mana leak too, which is annoying, but like I said, my mission right now is to find a bargain. At least he's slow. These decks looked a lot more powerful than this in our practice game, not gonna lie. Still nothing. Found the Yawgmoth's Will and the Blaze. And nothing. Crazy. What a noodle fight! They're just hitting each other with wet noodles. He attacks me for 1, and I skip land drops while I dig through my library. Now the Delver finally flipped. Stuff gets real. You know, I could blaze the Delver. Actually, maybe I should. I don't think I want to decline a look at a card with Scroll Rack, but next turn when the blaze cycles back into my hand again, maybe I'll blaze the Delver. Finally. Alright, we have 2 mana, which I can turn into down to 1, up to 4, 5, 6. Interesting. So I'm in a situation where I lose to Mana Leak. But I can set up an end step turnabout on his land. Yeah, I mean, I think the anti-control plan here is turnabout. If I tap all of his lands at the end of his turn, then the coast is clear, right? I think that's my plan. So I'm going to untap Monolith. What? I'm going to play a land? There's not a super elegant way to do this. I feel like I should play a land because these I don't require the diamond. I think I'm going to have to use underground Monolith to tap his lands. But then what do I want to draw next turn? Probably want to draw... Doesn't matter. It's if he somehow like Mana Leaks my turnabout and then Mana Leaks my bargain, then I guess I want the turnabout relatively soon. Sure. Meh. Oh, Bleak is the card he revealed, right? Yeah, so we know guaranteed he has a Mana Leak. Question is, can he Mana Leak twice? Because if he Mana Leak, it's like turnabout targeting him beats Mana Leak. Yeah, I got it. What do you want from me? I found a bargain. I'm pretty sure I have enough mana that I can get these delusions down and being at, like, I'm only going to be at like 9 after I tap these undergrounds in order to turnabout. He failed to play a second island, so the coast is clear. The question is 9 life enough? Alright, I'm choosing land, I'm choosing tap. I hope I didn't screw this up. Pain is less than ideal. But, what are you going to do? This is how the deck works. Alright, so now I have Diamond Key, which is not yet enough to do anything. That doesn't do anything. Oh my god, do I not have enough mana? Crystal Maid, thank God. I had to lose to Gutshot. Right. So if I untap, yeah, I think I turnabout, which gets me the 2 monoliths and the key. If I turnabout myself and then play Delusions, I should be off to the races. I assume. I can't believe I keep losing to Gutshot! I needed that last card because I had 2 lands for the 2 Mox Diamonds. I just needed to make a land drop so that I would have the mana to do all of this. Unbelievable. I lose to Gut Shot. I keep losing to freaking Gut Shot. Wow. The Pain Lance, wow. I don't regret any of my decisions. I mean, if I had, an hour to like program out exactly how I was doing every one of those scroll racks and setting the cards up, like maybe there was a way I could have taken up, one less from a Pain Land. I mean, I know I could have played a Mox Diamond instead of the Swamp, but that's actually -1 mana on this turn because I wouldn't have played a land that turn. Maybe if I stacked the scroll racks differently, like I could have keyed the scroll rack instead of the monolith. That can't possibly be right. Man, the turnabout was expensive. Is what really happened, right? I had to tap a monolith. I had to tap monolith, Pain Land for turnabout. But we knew he had a mana leak, so I guess if I leave that monolith untapped, I can just pay for mana leak. Maybe that's what I was supposed to do. Just like set a monolith off to the side so that I can pay for mana leak. Good game. Evil Delver deck. I feel like there was probably a path through there that saves me a point or makes a mana or something, but I do think I want 1 defense grid. He'll have 5 counter spells, 5 real counters, while he'll have 4 mana leaks to dissipate and a couple mental missteps. So he's got sort of 7 counters at varying levels of situationalness. Energy Field would be good if he didn't have Thought Scours, but he does have the ability to put cards into my graveyard, so I can't really set up a board that just depends on Energy Field. I mean, it forces him to have it, but he has 4 answers in his deck. I don't think I want a card which might be good, but I can't rely on. I don't know what else does stuff. Right? I mean, there's nothing I particularly need to disenchant. Yeah, I think the defense grid is worth it. So I don't have to worry about his counters or his freaking Gut Shots. I don't really have bad cards against him either, right? I mean, I need the tutors. I gotta set up my combos. I need the engine parts. I want the show and tells. Let's see what happens. This draw has to be good. It only has a single black mana. Right? It's City of Traders, Grim Monolith. It's only got 1 black mana. Huh. But it has bargain as soon as I draw black. I mean, I guess the 3rd City of Traders does actual 0. My turn 1 gets to be City for Monolith. Oh, it's a land to discard to the Mox Diamond. This draw wins the game as soon as it draws black mana. I'm going to try it. I'm a sucker for fast mana. Man, it's even fast mana and a bargain. So I draw Show and Tell and I win the game. I draw black mana and I win the game. I draw Intuition or Vampiric Tutor and I win the game a turn later. I mean, it's obviously flawed, but I think this draw's a keeper. I don't see a particular reason I need to tell him about this Mox Diamond, so... Oh, I see. I could play Delusion by tapping the Monolith. Then I have to tap the Monolith. And I have to play a second city to untap it. So I can gain 10 life at the cost of spending next turn untapping Grim Monolith. Might actually be worth it. I mean, if I draw an awesome card, you know what? I'll do it next turn if I fail. There's just a big difference between turn 2 and turn 3, and then he can't have Mana Leak up on turn 2. What is he doing? Okay. It's not like I have to draw it next turn. I probably have a couple of draws before he starts hitting me too hard. Like that one. Great. So... I guess the only thing I have to worry about is mental misstep. And I kind of want to know about mental misstep, though. Yeah, let's see what he does. Tutor end step. If it winds up baiting out a Mana Leak, that's just good for me. Alright, he took down Mana Leak. Also didn't want to give him the information about my draw. So what's the best thing to draw? Show and Tell? Show and Tell saves so much more mana. I think it's got to be Show and Tell. There's nothing. He doesn't have scary permanents to put into play. All right. 18 life. 3 mana available already, and I haven't played a land this turn. I should win from here. I should really, really, really win from here. And what is he can only interact with me with mental misstep, which he probably doesn't have, since he let my Vampiric Tutor resolve. He can interact with gut shots, which I can turn off. Oh, he puts a land into play to bring up Mana Leak. Hilarious. That's actually kind of clever. Yeah, I want to find out about a Mana Leak. Guess I would also like a key, which makes this more efficient. Let's figure out what's going on. No Moxes. I can play black mana for Dark Ritual. Whatever. If he Mana Leaks this, then Gut Shot is live. I can live with that. But I want to turn off Mana Leak. And Misstep for that matter. Okay, he's going to Gut Shot. Oh, right. Gut Shot's not even live. Okay. So he Gut Shots me as a response. Once? And Snapcaster the Gut Shot. Like I said, I wanted to know where we were at. And now I know. All very hilarious. 5. Alright, got it. So... Play Monolith. I mean, I want to play Delusions at some point. I can get the blue mana off Rootwater Depths, although I'd rather get it off of Mox. Especially since I have these Dark Rituals I want to be able to cast. There's a Mox. See if it's a key. It is a key. Even better. Gain 10. Oh, I could have show and tell and gained an extra one, but then he'd get a permanent. So we basically just need a turnabout at this point. And I have not played a land. So one Mox does it, right? Yeah, one Mox turns on, turns out. Deck. A Mox, please? Well, I mean, it's not like I have a tutor. Now I have a tutor, now that I'm at 3, and it's too late. I mean, I have scroll racks, which can potentially get me out of this. But at this point, it doesn't matter, right? I have pain-free blue, don't I? Yeah. Last cards, Vampiric, Underground, and Underground. So I don't have a Delusions to show into play. I have a Scroll Rack. So what, I can Ritual? Yeah, I have to Dark Ritual Scroll Rack. Scroll racking. I have 16 cards in my hand and only 26 in my library. How many of these cards do I actually care about? I like the Turnabout. The only card in there I care about. All right. I guess there's a chance I want the show and tell so that a single Mox would let me show and tell. I have another show and tell in my deck. I mean, I can in theory show Delusions into play to save 1 mana, but give him a land. That doesn't sound worth it. I mean, I also have 2 copies of Turnabout in that library that I'm seeing a majority of. Rituals, Turnabouts, lots of Rituals, 2 Moxes. Okay, we're good. What do I care about? I don't really care about these cards, right? Just make sure the Blaze is accessible. Oh, funny. I have to gain a life to draw the Blaze. Or I have to Scroll Rack again. Alright, Mox Diamond. I have no problem. Lightning's Key. Just need to make colorless mana now, right? 3 mana. All my artifacts are tapped, everything's in play. Blue. Turnabout, target me. Choose an artifact and untap. Now, He's at 14. Yeah, all I have to do is scroll rack to get the blaze back. Which I'm pretty sure I put on top. But I'll get some extra cards just to make sure. How about a red mana? And that's the bargain combo. Bit of a contraption. Bit of a contraption, but it works. Cool. I don't know that I changed anything in the sideboard. I like one defense grid. I like... It's too many non-basics for Boyle to be good. Masticore feels too slow to actually kill his creatures. Yeah, this is the deck. We gotta break serve, though. Gotta win one on the draw. Oh, man, that first one. If I had that first one, stupid gut shot. Again, it's the fast mana, no action draw. This isn't as much fast mana, though, right? This is... I can play Delusions on turn 2. Is that a thing? And Silver Ritual? I mean, I can play Bargain on turn 2 if I draw it. Cannot quite play it on turn 1. It's turn 2 Bargain if I draw a way to access it. Otherwise, it's Delusions. Delusions is actually not bad. Like, the idea of gaining 10 life on my second turn is kind of attractive to me. Although technically it's not in life, because I have to tap a City of Brass to do it. Alright, let's try it. Match results are now 1-1. One game for spot in the playoffs. Mox Diamond. Interesting. Does it change anything? Oh, it lets me play the Delusions on turn 1. Sure? Why not? I want to play from 30 this time. Yeah, now I need a bargain. I need a Vamp Tutor, or an Intuition, or a bargain. And if he's going to hold up Mana Leak, then we're going to have time to buy it. City of Traders would make my City of Traders go away. Sorry, City of Brass would make my City of Traders go away, so I'm not going to do that. I also have the Turnabout, which I'm set up for the whole end step Turnabout your lands. Yeah, I think I just screwed up that first game. I got all obsessed with Turnabout to stop off Permission, but all he had was the ability to Mana Leak once. I could have just spent the mana I spent on the Turnabout. Because I tapped a Grim Monolith to do it, I could have just set that Grim Monolith off to the side to pay for Mana Leak, and I think I would have been better off. Because I wouldn't have tapped those Underground Rivers. I wouldn't have had to bargain to 1 to find the mana I needed. Yeah, okay. I think I figured out how I lost the first game. But, Blaze in my hand. This game is really well set up for Turnabout your lands end step. As soon as I find a bargain, I just say go and do that. Feels like he's sitting on Permission against me. I mean, what else would he have? Why would he have kept this draw, right? 4 lands and a Gitaxian Probe, no Delver, no Geist. Pretty sure he taps out for Geist there. Snapcaster. Alright. I'm pulling farther and farther ahead. At least I assume he pays 2. Yeah, there's no way he should go below Mana Leak mana there. I've got the Blaze, buddy. I wonder if he Mana Leaks this. I think he's right now, too. And then, do I actually want the information? I'm no longer interested in blazing the Snapcaster Mage. I figured that much out. Yeah. Whatever. I'm not going to do anything else on my turn. There's no draw. There's Vampiric Tutor. Whatever. I'll just figure it out on the Zen step. See what he does. I was all ready to blaze his creatures. Get it back with the Yawgmoth's Will as the victory condition. Scroll Rack, however, has different ideas. Scroll Rack wants me to have more cards in my hand. Right. No new information for you, sir. I haven't used my Scroll Rack yet. Well, let's find out what's going on. Huh, alright. I have a Vampiric and a Bargain. Interesting. So I need the ritual, right? Oh, I need to set up a turnabout. That's what I need to do. So I want to draw the turnabout end step. And I don't really want to play a land. There's no reason to make my City of Traders go away here. Does he have Resto? Swinging down to up the clock. He should have. No, I guess not. Sure. What do you think? It's interesting. Like if he mana leaks this and has 3 mana up, or dissipates it and has 2 mana up, I think I go for it anyway. Because then I will have plowed through 2 counters and I can Vampiric. Oh, interesting. Do I Vampiric for Show and Tell? So that I both save mana and also... Oh, this is going to resolve? Wow. Cool. Alright. I have a Dark Ritual. Or I can Vampiric for... Does it even save mana to Vampiric for Show and Tell? Depends all of these either way. So I'll keep the 2 life. Also, I can Crystal Vein to let black mana be floating. Am I gonna need colored mana? I get to keep a black stack on tap this way. Gotta like my chances from here, right? $26 life. Surely we're going to the playoffs. Even after punting game 1. Alright, we have the Yawgmoth's Will. We have a pair of Vampiric Tutors. A key. Monolith. Another key. Turnabout. Ritual's good. Now I can actually start playing out the monoliths without running out of black mana. Oh, he has mental misstep in his deck. He would have misstepped the ritual already. I don't think he can have a mental misstep. Now, hypothetically, I can now key a Mox Diamond to turnabout. But hopefully it won't come to that. A bargain. Crystal Vein. Another key. Root Vortex. Nothing else in here, right? I have turnabout. Really need another Mox. I mean, I could Vampiric for one, but I feel a little guilty Vampiricing for one when it spends the last of my black mana to do so. If I had a ritual or oh, I have the Yawgmoth's Will. So I can Yawgmoth's Will ritual. Again, another ritual would just be nice. Alright. City of Traders. Grim Monolith. Maybe I can just afford to start key. Using the key on the Mox Diamond to make blue mana. Yeah, I think I can. I don't really want to pull myself into gut shot range. We've seen that before. So if I go blue mana, untap Mox Diamond, blue mana. Now I can... Oh, I can also scroll rack before I turn about. There's no reason not to. Yeah, and I mean, I'll keep Vampiric so that I can reshuffle. Alright, scroll racking away cards I don't care about. I like Vampiric. I like Blaze. I like Yawgmoth's Will. I don't like second Vampiric or second scroll rack. I like Turnabout. Do that many cards. And I really could care less about the order of these. I'm not interested in drawing more cards unless I have Vampiric Tutored. Check. We have a Mox Diamond. Now we have, what else is in here? We have a key. Which means I can play Defense Grid and make sure there's no gut shots. Huzzah! No gut shots for you. Alright. I think we've got it now. Dark Ritual. Oh yeah. We have it by a million. That doesn't even take very many turnabouts here. I will put an extra blue just for fun. Turnabout me. I would like to untap all my artifacts. What's he at? 16? I think I've just got him already. I mean, I have another turnabout, but I don't even think I need it. So much mana. Yeah, we have all the keys and all the monoliths. So, a red mana. Defense Grid, make sure we're good. Sweet. Good game, sir.